Hey guys, Nancy Jefferson checking in on the chicks. It's week 10, so 10 weeks. Everybody's doing great, doing really well. Hope you can see them back there behind me. They're getting so big. So I want to show you a couple things here in the coop. Just some tips and hints, some things I've been doing as the weeks have gone on to help me as far as keeping the birds, keeping it nice and dry in here. I haven't had any fly problems because it's been very nice and dry in here. So we'll check on the chicks right now and I'll show you those things in the coop. So just wanted you guys to see the chicks, see how they're doing. Everybody's doing really great. So you can see they're getting so big. I am fairly confident right now I have all hens. So that's a very good sign because I already have a rooster. I didn't want any more roosters. So fairly confident at this point that I have all hens. You can see some of the growth differences in the hens. These big ones right here, these red ones are Rhode Island Reds. They're probably my biggest. So she's getting really big. But you can just see some of the size differences. Everybody's fairly evening out now. Still a couple little ones, but for the most part, everybody's growing really well, getting really big. I wanted to show you a few things about the coop, just some tips and hints. So I wanted to show you the shavings first. These are the original shavings that I've had in the coop the entire time. So, and these shavings, some of them, of course I had to add more when they had access to the whole coop, but some of them were in the brooder box. So these shavings are at least 8 weeks, some of them 10 weeks old. They've been in here for quite some time. They're still very dry. So that goes a long way in keeping these birds nice and healthy. One thing I do when I check on the birds every day is I come in with a little shovel and I'll turn over these shavings. So I mix the manure down into the shavings. I get the dry stuff to the top. If there are any wet spots, I figure out where they are and take care of it right away. So really nice dry shavings go a long way in keeping the chicks nice and healthy. Also keeps a lot of the pests like flies. There are a couple in here, but I don't really have any big fly problems because it's nice and dry. I get that manure mixed in, so the flies aren't really attracted too much to this particular brooding scenario. So it's going really well. Still have the water up on the bricks. Still have the feeder over here hanging up on the chain. I had to move it because they're spending so much time over on their roosts. They were starting to poop in the feeder, so I moved it over to this side away from where any roosts are so it stay nice and clean. Chicks are still coming in and out as they please. Everybody's doing great.